So let me also just quickly ask, Ashia, where are you joining us from?
I'm audible, right? I'm from
Yes.
Dubai, UAE. This is the first time I have been joining and looking forward to having a great opportunity for the students as well.
Fantastic. Lovely to have you joining the call, Ashia. I see we also have Ukraine. Hi, Julia. Nice to see you again.
Hi, nice to see you too. Today I'm here with my colleague Julia.
Nice to meet you. As I mentioned earlier, let me get started as quickly as possible so that we have enough time for a Q&A session. All right, so thank you everyone for joining our first briefing session. This session is mainly just to kind of find out where you are, where you should be, and how we can assist you. I do understand that some of our local ambassadors may have missed the information session and some of the emails and discords we've been sending. So I will also be recapping our campaign roadmap, right? As you know, we had that welcome session where we were providing information to our side, who then went on to sign the agreement, and then were onboarded onto our Discord channel, as well as the playbook, which I would like us to chat about. So our local ambassador briefing sessions aren't going to be happening weekly or bi-weekly. However, when we see there's a need to check in, have a call, we'll schedule a briefing session. If you would like a meeting with us, tag myself and schedule a call with us so we can go over any questions and concerns you may have regarding the campaign. Right. As you know, this journey has a lot of events attached to it, kicking off with our Inspiration Week in February. So by then, you would be having your teams or some of your participants that'll be joining your techathon. And it would be an opportunity to invite them to listen to the inspirational talks that will be run by industry heads, experts on careers in tech, as well as the SDGs we're focusing on through the campaign. And then, of course, the the boot camp week that's going to be taking place. And then we'll have the local techathons and the virtual panel, which is for you, the local ambassadors, as well as your mentors, an amazing panel and discussion with speakers from our partners, and then the virtual judging leading to the culmination of the Global Demo Day. If you would like further clarification of these events, feel free to pop a message on Discord, send us an email or a meeting request. Okay. Some of you might not know, what is a techathon? This is actually a question we have received from some of our local ambassadors. A techathon is a hackathon, basically. We decided to take the word and own it and kind of change it into a techathon. And it's where our participants will be working together in teams of 4 or 5. It's up to you how you divide them. We do encourage that you have at least 4 and 5 in a team. It's easier to manage that way. And you will also notice when we release the facilitator guide, as well as the master deck, where we've also created a role split for you, where you'll find that in one team, you'll have the design thinker, the back-end coder, you'll have the front end, you'll have the researcher. So we kind of split that 4 and 5 into specific roles so that each team member feels like they are contributing equally to the project. At our techathons, they will be working on 3 UN SDG goals. SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. It will be SDG 4, quality education, because of course, the whole purpose of our mission and our passion is education-based. And through project-based learning, they will want the kids to dive into the world of AI and tech. And then we also have gender equality, which also brings in the theme of IWD2025 itself, which, if you weren't aware, is accelerate action. And we'll be using that hashtag a lot throughout the campaign. In the next briefing session, I'd like to share some pictures from last year's campaign where the theme was Inspire Inclusion. The IWD Foundation, because there's an actual organization behind International Women's Day. Sorry. So what they do is there's a pose for every theme. Last year, the pose was a heart shape. And this year for Accelerate Action, it's like, hold up your muscles. It's very, very cute. So what we also like to do at the techathons themselves is to kind of get the students engaged and to pose using the theme pose. So that's another way to kind of bring about engagement and icebreakers at your techathons. So I will also be sharing this deck. You should know the kind of skills we're going to be introducing during the techathon. To quickly touch on that, they will be learning a combination of soft skills as well as technical skills. So the technical skills, of course, would be an introduction to the world of AI and coding, data science as well. It's not added, but it's also included. And then, of course, one of the fundamentals, fundamentals and the actual framework behind how they'll be working, which is design thinking. So we're teaching them to make use of iterative processes, not just to design something and go ahead with it, but to design something and kind of go back and see how they can make it better. And we'd like them to carry that framework into university life and working life as well. Because we're working with tech and AI, it's very important to also teach them the principles that govern AI. So we also bring the AI ethics section, which is quite important. I believe we're also going to be having a AI ethics workshop during the bootcamp week, which I would definitely encourage all your participants to join. And then from the soft skills perspective, of course, communication, which will also include them pitching live at the demo days, teamwork, creativity, and critical thinking. So those are just some of the skills that they will take away from the techathon. Just to let you know, we at Teens in AI are actually going to be providing the learning content. During Inspiration Week, it's our speakers. During Bootcamp Week, it's our instructors, and the curriculum that they'll be learning from on our learning platform, it's all there for them. So it's literally a plug and play for you as the local ambassador. However, it is your responsibility to source the participants, the mentors who will be helping the participants, as well as the judges whom you'll have for the last day of your local techathons, where you'll have your local demo day. So you only need about 3 to 4 judges. For mentors, you would need a mentor for different skills, an AI ethics mentor, a tech mentor, a design thinking mentor. And then because we're working with real world problems, what we like to also have is a subject matter expert as a mentor. That could be someone who knows a lot about gender equality, quality education, or good health and well-being. And the nice thing about mentors is that they're not limited to one team. So perhaps you have a mentor that can go from one team to another team. That will also help you from the recruiting perspective. Okay. I just want to pause here to find out if everyone's good, any questions so far, or if we can go on to the next slide. Awesome. Alrighty. Let's do it. By now, you would have received your master deck or your project tracker, which is basically a Gantt chart that you can customize and use to label the different milestones throughout your local ambassador journey. And one of those things is finding people to help you. Yes, this is part of the reason we encourage you to sign on with a co-ambassador. Some of our local ambassadors find a team of volunteers that can help them. In doing so, you can segment what everyone is doing. You can have someone doing the mentor outreach, the teen outreach, the judges outreach, posting on social media, and then the overall project manager, which would be you. By now, you should have started thinking about who you would like to assign to these roles, or how you're going to be splitting these roles between you and your co-ambassador. As I mentioned, the project manager, which is how you would oversee all your volunteers, you remind everyone of their tasks. You can also have weekly catch-ups to find out where everyone is. We are cognizant of the fact that the IWD campaign happens at such an awkward period, so during the festive period, people are going back to school. So it's a really awkward time, but it's because obviously IWD itself is in March. So you want to be able to have all your ducks in a row by the time we're at the Tickathon period in March, so that we can then go ahead and celebrate IWD, as well as International Girls in ICT Day, which happens on the Global Demo Day. Dennis, yes.
So I have a question. As a local ambassador, could you be potentially filling all of the roles, like project manager and everything, or is it strictly that you need to delegate separate roles for other team members?
You can, but I guarantee
Yeah.
you'll be quite tired. So at least 2 or more people to help you will definitely be useful. I think, Dennis, you mentioned you were working with Nilu, right? How's that going?
To be honest, Nilu is quite busy, so it is hard to get a hold of her, but I am trying my best.
Dennis was going to join IWD 2024 last year, and he's based in London. So he's back this year. So I'm crossing fingers, Dennis, you can do it.
Yeah, hopefully we can do a successful Techathon this year.
Absolutely. Next year, yes. Don't worry, I'm saying the same thing. So just another reminder, something just to touch on what we did notice is some local ambassadors did sign the agreement without giving their co-ambassador details. So it is prerequisite as a local ambassador to have a co-ambassador. If you haven't sent me the details yet, please email myself or Favor the details of your co-ambassador, and we'll update that internally. Also, a quick FYI, from next week, Tuesday, we will be out of office, returning on the 2nd of January. If you have sent those emails, we'll get back to them during that time. If you have questions on Discord during this period, we have some designated volunteers, Nitya and Emre. I'll tag them so you know who they are. Another important thing is that not all of our local ambassadors have accessed the playbook yet. This is where we'll be adding all the local ambassador resources. That's from the marketing aspect, where you'll get the email outreach templates that you'll be using, the info packs that you'll be sending to your mentors, judges, participants, the briefing videos, the weekly to-dos, which are also on your project planners, by the way. Everything related to the IWD campaign is updated on the playbook. It may look a little bit short now, but every week we're releasing resources and content. By the time that we come to the end of the IWD campaign, it'll have quite a few lessons. We are trying to compact it a bit, actually, just to also simplify it. And also, just so you know, as the local ambassador, when you do complete your Techathon and you have completed your Techathon post-event survey on the playbook, you will receive a certificate for organizing. So it's an automatically generated certificate. It's very important that you and your co-ambassadors are signed up on the playbook, so you can receive that certificate at the end of the campaign. For volunteers, we are adding a template on the local ambassador Canva, which we'll touch on later in the session. That's where you can create certificates for the volunteers assisting you. For you as the local ambassador, it's on the playbook. So I'm going to drop the link to the playbook in the chat. If you haven't accessed it yet, you can do so on the call. So here we go. Okay. The first link that I sent, some local ambassadors were struggling to access it. So I'm just going to be sharing the alternative link. All right. Okay. So this is week 3. In this week, you should have started using your master deck, just adding whatever bits and bobs, or kind of going through the weekly to-dos just to familiarize yourself with them, as well as familiarizing yourself with the local ambassador teamwork, playbook, which we just went over, and attending this briefing session. You'll also notice that our digital marketing manager has become active on Discord. So if you have any marketing questions, somebody is the person to tag. So one of the things that we did kind of touch on earlier in the week is the local ambassador logins, right? So there was a sheet that was shared, and on this sheet, there are different logins for the different countries that are joining, but you may not see your country, and that's fine. What that simply means is, if there isn't an account for your country, please feel free to create an account, or you can ask us to create an account for you, and then we'll put those details on the sheet as well, right? So that they can be reused instead of having multiple duplicate social media accounts. Some of the accounts were opened by us, and some of the local ambassadors have tried to access them. If you still don't have access, please tag Cindy, and she can assist you with that. I think that's all from the login perspective. I would encourage that you do have a social media campaign plan, but I don't want to touch too much on the marketing side because Cindy has a section planned for you. Just before closing, you should receive the email outreach templates, which you can use to start your outreach. And these are to help you with writing emails to schools, participants, guest judges, or mentors. You don't have to use these templates, but they're there to make your life easier. And then we also have information packs, similar to ones you may have received prior to joining the IWD campaign. These information packs are customizable for you to add details on your specific techathon. So you'll add the dates as well as the venue where your techathon will be taking place. And then you'll disseminate these to interested participants. You'll also be receiving the registration forms. For the entire campaign, we use internal registration forms, right? So we create the registration forms, we share the viewing link with you, so you have access to your specific techathon, and we have access as well to see who is attending or who needs to be nudged. If the Inspiration Week is taking place, we can also email the participants from outside and add them automatically to the calls. You'll be receiving the viewing link for your region and the links to the registration form that you'll be sharing with your participants, mentors, and judges. So that's 3 different forms, 3 different viewing links. Okay, alrighty. Okay, so I think we already are getting comfortable with Discord, so I won't touch on this slide too much. But if you are still struggling with Discord, we'll add these resources onto the channel so that you can access them. And we'll also add some YouTube links just to help you get comfortable with tagging on Discord, creating threads, and things like that. Okay, and then I'm going to pass over to Cindy so she can introduce herself and then talk about marketing.
Hello, everyone. Good day. I don't know what time it is on your end, so I'm just going to say good day. It's evening here. My name is Cindy, and I'm going to be supervising everything on the marketing end, communications, media, everything marketing, social media, and all. So if you have any questions, please do well to reach out to me on Discord. You can send a private message, or you can just tag me on the marketing channel. So on the local ambassador playbook, we have lots of information for you there on the marketing end. So I advise that you begin by using the branding and social media guidelines. It's very important that you adhere to these guidelines just to ensure uniformity across. You also find out that when you get access to Canva and you're able to log in, that there are logos for each and every country and regions under the country. So when you are going to be creating your own designs, those logos are there for you to use. That's location-specific logos are there for you to use. So once you familiarized yourself with the marketing communications and media kits, and you've logged into Canva, you can begin to create content for your social media platforms. You will find so many resources on the Canva folder. It's named IWD2025. You will see so many templates there to create designs. So it's advised that you use those templates for your designs. Also, for the email outreach, there are also templates for you to use. So it's advised that you use them. But just note that those are templates, so you shouldn't actually edit on them. I'll advise that you just copy the template and paste on your own page where you are creating a design or where you are working on an email. And I know that Antika talked a little bit about logins initially, but this year we're going to be doing something different, because we've noticed that for certain countries, there are so many regions in the countries where you guys are coming from. So what we want to do is we want you guys to work together. So for all the LAs would come together under a country to have just one social media platform. So for example, we are not going to be having a different. Sure, you are going to get these resources. They are in the local ambassador playbook, and I'm going to share a couple of videos with you shortly after this slide. So there, sorry, I've kind of lost my train of thought there. Okay, yeah, we want to bring the local ambassadors in different regions under a country together. So you could either volunteer or vote which one of you would manage the social media accounts for your country. So we are not going to be doing it, based on regions this time around. They're going to be doing it based on country. What that means is, for a country, for example, USA, we have people coming from Washington, D.C., we have people coming from Massachusetts. So there aren't going to be different social media platforms for these different regions. There will be one USA social media platform. So you LAs will come together to create those in Washington would create their content, those in Massachusetts and other regions will create their content, and will all promote everything on just one platform. Please, if you have any questions regarding that, let me know. What this means is that the login details will become more organized in the future. So we will communicate that with you as well. Please, could you go to the next slide?
Okay, I also just want to quickly make mention that yes, the resources are available on the playbook, but they have not been released yet. So I'm just waiting for the go-ahead from Cindy, and then I will release that on the playbook. Sorry, and then Cindy will then also add the link to that marketing lesson on Discord once that's been done.
Yes, thank you so much, Nsika. All right, so I just want to encourage you. Okay, yes. Okay, so we are participating as a company in Pakistan, and we already have a social media presence. How does the marketing work in this case? So the social media presence, is it different from the Teens in AI platform, or is this a separate one? I think someone reached out to me on Discord saying something like this. Is it the same person?
Just to quickly perhaps assist with answering this, I don't think it will be a problem as long as we're using the IWD templates on those social media platforms. Is that correct, Cindy?
Yes, it wouldn't be a problem.
because it's
Okay.
similar to using your own personal LinkedIn or your own personal Instagram. However, if you would like to have a more unified online presence, then you're welcome to use our social media accounts.
Yes, thank you for helping with the answer, Ansika. So I would advise that you bring in your best game. Last year, we awarded the Turkey team for being the best team. Those coming from Ankara, they were the best team. So they, the team efforts, they were exceptional, and they generated a significant amount of media coverage for the event. So we are also going to be doing the same thing this year. We are going to be awarding the best team. So this is more like, a call to action for you to put in your best game into this and put in your best efforts. It would be rewarded. Sika mentioned, she has mentioned certificates a couple of times. So oh, yes. Thank you so much for mentioning it. I was just going to say that. So for the community award, it's $500. And also, you will be getting certificates as well, certificates for participating and all that. So please do your best to generate as much media buzz as you can. Fire out all cylinders and make sure you have fun. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, so we are going to be sharing, or you would find on the marketing playbook, if we aren't able to share with you here, 2 videos, marketing top tips and the Canva video guide. The Canva video guide will put you through how to use the templates we've created for you to create designs for distribution and for promotion and for generating buzz, generating more media coverage. And then the marketing top tips it's like a general overview of everything, where you be getting the branding guidelines, where you be getting the appropriate hashtags to use, our social media handles as well for you to follow, the Canva login details, the LA resources, the outreach templates, everything is there for you under the marketing top tips video, just to put you through how to access all of this. So just like Nsika said, we are going to, in the future, make all of this available for you. The marketing resources, the media kits, the Canva, login details, the video, and everything. We are going to make them accessible for you in the future. So just stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, if you have any question, please do well to reach out to me. Thank you.
Somebody, would you like me to play the videos?
Oh, yes, you can. Thank you.
Hi there, LOs. You should be well on your way to marketing your local hackathon. Here are a few tips to help you stay on track and get the most out of your efforts.
It is important to identify and understand your audience. What are they interested in? Are there trends that you can leverage to get them to notice you?
Planning is key. Understanding your audience will help you to choose the right platforms to reach them.
Now that you've decided on the platforms to use and the type of content your audience is interested in, it is time to create the content. Work on captions that fit the tone of the platform as well as the brand to get your message across with ease.
You should be in a position to design the assets to accompany the captions you've created. Videos and GIFs are always popular. You could also share some behind-the-scenes videos of your journey so far.
Plot out a schedule or calendar to ensure that you are posting on your platforms regularly. There are various free automated tools that you can use such as Hootsuite, Buffer, and Sprout Social, or use the built-in scheduler on the social media platform. Make use of hashtags and tag pages at Teens in AI and at Elena Sinnel to maximize your reach.
Join social communities or groups and don't be afraid to tap into your network.
Share insightful, educational posts alongside entertaining content. Bring out the brand personality. Don't always focus on just trying to recruit. You are working towards building an engaged social community. Have fun.
Okay, let me just play the second video. And just a disclaimer, although that says 2023, it is still relevant.
This video will cover logging into and using Canva for your respective regions as well as the social media platforms that we at Teens in AI have set up for you all. Let's get started. Firstly, You'll need to open the Teens in AI IWD 2023 branding and social media document. Scroll to the section about Canva and locate the login details. It is extremely important that you do not change these details as this will impact all other LOs. Log in to the Canva account. We suggest bookmarking this page on your browser. Ensure that you are logged in and working from Elena's team. On the far left-hand pane, locate the section labeled Start. Click on the folder named IWD 2023. This will open the campaign folder where each country's respective folders can be found, as well as the master template folder that contains all design templates that must be used. In your country's folder you will find it has been preloaded with the official Teens in AI logo representing your region in 2 color options. The master template folder is where all assets can be found. Click on the template you require. In this case we're using the banner without our platinum partners as an example. Once the image opens up, click on Use in a Design to begin updating the graphic.
Rename the file to include your country and an underscore, then a description of what the file is, for example, country_banner.
You will need to add your local hackathon dates to the banner. Click to add text and ensure that you are using Erimo as the font. Resize and move the text box until it fits the design. When you're happy with your design, click on File and then Save to Folder. You will then be given location options. Click on Your Projects, followed by IWD 2023 and save the design to your country's folder. It is important that you do not change the master templates so that all are able to use and edit them as needed. And there you have it, you've created your first IWD 2023 design. Here's another brief example of working with the other design assets. Follow the exact same steps as we did with the banner, and now you can add your own pictures to your design. Size your images to fit within the design, add the relevant text in Erimo font and use font color #172D67 for darker text. Feel free to explore the master template folder using illustrations and also adding your region's logo to your designs. In most cases this won't be necessary as you'll be using the designs on social media where the logo is already visible with the username. You can download your designs in a format that suits what you need, that is GIFs, videos or PNGs. Now that you've downloaded your design, you need to share it with the world. Access the branding doc once again and navigate to the section titled Social Media and click on the link to the login detail file. Again, please do not change any passwords on the documents or on the social media platforms. Log in to the relevant platform and customize it as required. Adding in the correct logo, a brief bio and link to the sign-up form for teens. Save your changes to the profile. Now your profile is ready for its first post. Click Create. Select your image, add your caption with the call to action, and hit the Post button. You're ready to start marketing. Make sure you're following Teens in AI on all social media platforms.
All right. So we've come to the end of the video. Please, if you have any question on what we've just shared, let me know. But I'm just going to make emphasis again on number one, just like Nsika mentioned earlier, having a campaign plan. It's very important for you to be able to map out how you want to go about managing the social media platform and promoting your regions and country. Also, just like one of the videos mentioned, knowing your audience is very important, and I will again encourage networking and community activities in as much as this is a hackathon and you will all be competing or it's very, very important that you also have that sense of community as well. Then, just like Nsika mentioned earlier, in as much as some of the videos have dates like 2023, it's still relevant information for you to use now. Although you find out that when you have access to the playbook and the marketing resources, of course, they won't be having 2023, they will be having the most recent dates, but the information is still relevant for you to use. I also want to make emphasis again on not changing anything. Please do not change any passwords. Don't change or delete or add or tamper with the templates, whether it's the design templates or it's the email templates, because it's there for all of you to use, and to be such a hassle to fix things if it's been tampered with. So do your best, and I wish you all good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy. That was awesome. All right, and that brings us beautifully to our Q&A section. And for a change, we're on time. So if you do have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. You can also type your questions. And remember, we will be removing the Q&A section from the video itself, because it obviously makes the video quite long. So what we will do, though, is add any questions asked in the Q&A to our FAQs document. And you'll probably receive a copy of the deck and the recording tomorrow. All right.